We got Mr. Vincent Pishione on the pod, baby. Bro, I think you're the first person who's been on the podcast from high school in like over a couple of years. You've seen like the evolution of the years.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's crazy. Dude, seeing the guests evolve is actually nuts. I still can't wrap my head around it. It's so crazy, dude.
I mean, at the end of the day, bro, they're just people. Like everyone just, I feel like you can learn from everybody.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you disagree?
No. No, I agree. Everybody has something to offer for sure.
Yeah.
But like you have like Olympic athletes coming on to talk to you.
The funny thing about
crazy.
The funny thing about Olympic athletes, bro, is a lot of them don't adhere to what you think their diet and training should be post like career.
Yeah, that would make sense. I mean, you kill yourself for your whole like training split leading up to it.
Yeah.
Whatever, if it's like a year or 6 months or I mean, even 2 months, like grinding for this crazy. I mean, you're setting like a world record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like all the compared to like for me bodybuilding and for you Ironman stuff and triathlons. It's so funny how it's a 180 for them sometimes. Like they go bad. Like they drink a lot and they party a lot, and it's because they didn't have a like fun childhood experience or a college experience, or like you said before, you just slapped to the bag for the first time the other day.
Oh yeah.
If you guys don't know what we're talking about, there's this boxed wine, and Vinny slapped the bag for the first time. If you guys ever were in college and partied, you drank cheap, shitty wine, and it's the only thing that you guys found in Utah.
Yeah. I don't know if they found it there, but it was definitely present, and it was crazy. That was an experience. It was really funny because I slapped it so cautiously.
What, like a small tap?
Yeah, pretty much.
And then how hard did you slap it the second
Probably
time?
too hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're pretty durable.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured that out too. I wasn't expecting it to be like that thick
of a plastic.
Yeah. But that was really funny. Yeah, I would do that again.
You slap the bag?
Yeah. It was good.
I feel like
wine.
I feel like as we grow older, I'm more picky with alcohol.
Interesting. I think I've gone the other direction, I think. I was pickiest when I was working at Annex Kitchen in Fresno.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you're around bougier people who just like their martinis.
There's more knowledge.
Up with a twist.
Yeah. There's more knowledge. There's a more expensive selection. It's just everything is elevated. And now that I've kind of gotten away from that, I'm kind of back to like, if we're gonna drink, let's just party.
Really?
You know? Yeah.
So what's your like go-to like alcohol of choice now?
I still really like bourbon a lot.
Okay.
I don't know. It's always kind of done something for me. So
it's not boxed wine on the day.
No. No. It's not boxed wine on a day to day. I don't know. Gin and lemonade is so easy.
Gin and lemonade.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fire.
Yeah, it's so easy. It goes together well.
There's this French 75. Have you heard of it? It's basically fancy gin lemonade.
Oh, okay.
But like there's the cocktails that have a lot of gin and lemon pairings. So like I feel like gin and lemonade is just like the easy way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's super nice.
I love me a good gin and tonic, bro. Like it's so refreshing.
Yeah, gin and tonic, for sure. That's a good airport drink.
Airport drink.
Yeah.
Dude, airport bartenders make a killing.
Yeah, they should.
Why?
They help. The amount of people that I've heard need alcohol to fly just to like relax a little bit is kind of surprising. So doing that much for people, I feel like they should make a killing. I mean, it's like any bartender. People are coming to you. You're kind of like a therapist, you know?
Sure.
So doing that, even though it's a casual setting, like the things you're giving people by like being that person, I feel like you should make a lot of money.
What do you call it? You've heard people have a hard time flying without drinking?
Yeah, I've heard that a lot. Like a lot of people I've listened to on, I don't know, various podcasts. One that, I mean, obviously front of mind is Bert Kreischer. I don't know if you've listened to his podcast. He always,
2 Bears, 1 Cave?
Yeah. He had such a bout for a long time with like, he just ordering doubles, like pre-flight, on the flight, like couldn't fly comfortably. And I've heard it from other people, just talking to people.
Yeah.
But it's a really common thing. And that makes me think like bartenders should be making a lot of money because you're I don't know, it feels like more of a service to me as opposed to somebody in like, it's probably the same amount of work in like a coffee drive-through, but I don't know, that doesn't seem like as intense to me.
Yeah, you're therapizing and helping this person get through a flight.
Yeah, but it kind of changes your mind a little bit, like.
Yeah, I feel like I just found out that there's a huge anxiety for flying. I mean, maybe it's all the plane crashes in the last this year.
Yeah, that's definitely a big thing.
But I have a friend of mine who like loses her shit before going on like any flight.
Even before all the like recent crashes, or it picked up a lot recently?
No. I mean, it picked up, but it's always been that way.
Interesting.
Like I knock out before the plane
I'm
takes
so comfortable
off.
on a plane.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't. Yeah.
Statistically, it's safer than driving, they say.
Yeah. That would make sense to me.
Even with all the crashes.
Yeah. Well, look at how many cars are. I mean, especially in like Southern California, like so many cars around you. Nobody's paying attention. People are like literally eating while they're driving.
I mean, phone's big. I'm guilty of the phone.
Yeah, for sure. Same.
I don't know how to get from place A to B without my phone now. Like I need GPS.
Same, for sure.
Can you get around your town?
I can get to the places I normally go, like work or like grocery store, like that stuff's easy. But like coming here, no way. No way. There's too many freeways, there's too many streets, there's so many different routes. Like it changed halfway on my way here and it was like the save 5 minutes thing. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, So took that, but no, I can't get like far places I haven't been a lot without my phone.
Isn't it crazy?
Just need maps.
Like when I was driving somewhere out of town recently, my phone died and I didn't bring a charger.
Oh, bad.
And I was like, oh, I'm so lost.
Yeah.
Like I'm so dependent on this 2x4 piece of technology at all times. Yeah. And I was like, I guess I'm stopping by a gas station and getting a phone charger like a piece of shit.
Yeah. I mean, and it even goes further than that. I mean, I guess like with phones, I mean, look at how many people are making like content while they drive or, it's crazy.
Everyone like films in their car and stuff. Everyone's like a content creator on their own.
All the time. Or like the live streaming thing, like people just live stream their entire life.
Do you consume that?
No.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
But they make a lot of money, all these live streamers.
Yeah, I get making it and I understand the appeal.
What's the appeal?
Somebody that, I don't know, if like, I understand. So Kai Cenat, for instance, like films a lot of his life. But like, if you really like Kai Cenat, then you're going to watch, like, it's cool to be able to kind of live his life with him or like be along for the ride.
What's so appealing from your understanding on your perspective of Kai Cenat? Like why people love consuming his content?
Relatability, probably.
How so?
Looking at his streaming setup, it's never like really clean. Like it's not structured really well. Like it's kind of chaotic. And I feel like that's relatable for a lot of people.
Yeah. I feel like the human error, like
right. Yeah, exactly.
Is very relatable nowadays because there's so much content that is so posh.
Right. Yeah.
Like you're like, is this real? Or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's why people love Sam Solik. We were just talking about that.
Right.
He just puts up a camera and just starts talking like a normal human being.
Yeah. So like the appeal to like watching somebody just turn on a camera and live life, I think is cool. Like I understand, but like I can't. I don't know. It's too much for me. Like it's too many hours. I mean, you're watching. I
feel like people are just lonely.
Yeah, that's probably it. For a lot of people, for sure.
Yeah, and we were talking about it earlier. Like young men, they don't have like this direction, and they're just trying to find, I don't know, friendships online. Or I could relate in the sense of I consume a lot of podcasts, and I feel like I'm just like in the room with them type of deal, and it feels like you're just part of the boys.
Yeah, same.
And gaining some knowledge as well.
Right. I think I listen to podcasts more for that.
Okay.
But it is cool that you kind of get to, you do feel like you're kind of sitting at the table, like watching the conversation happen in front of you, you know?
You feel like you're part of it sometimes.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, do you feel like you know Bert Kreischer a lot more because you listen to his podcast?
Oh, 100%. For sure. Yeah, but then I feel like that turns into like the weird thing where you approach these people in public and you know them so well because you've listened to, 100 hours of them talk on a podcast.
Yeah.
And then you like bombard them and you're like, oh my God, like asking about their dog at home or something.
They're like, oh, I guess you know that because I've talked about it a lot.
Right.
The craziest experience.
But I feel like that turns into like the kind of creepy, weird thing a little bit.
Yeah, I try my best to not do that. The coolest, not the coolest, but a fun experience was I was at Mr. Olympia last year. And they have, do you know what that is?
Yeah.
And they have a whole fit expo too. So where they set up supplement booths. Have you ever been to a fit expo before?
No, I haven't been to one, but I know like what it is.
Okay, so basically brands have booths of their product. If that's like a belt or if that's a supplement brand or an energy drink, and like Celsius has one, 3D Energy, all these big companies. So I went to Rise, and Brendan Schaub is sponsored by them.
Okay.
And a friend of mine.
I saw you post that picture.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And he dabbed me up and he was like, how you been, bro? And I was like, I don't think we know each other. Yeah. I was like, I know you definitely. Like, I've listened to a lot of your podcasts. It was like, oh, like, you just look super familiar. I was like, thanks, man. I really appreciate it.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
I was like, I don't know. Cool.
Yeah.
What's up?
I wonder if you've seen any of your content.
No chance.
You don't think so?
No.
Oh,
maybe.
Interesting.
We'll see.
I wonder. I don't know. Maybe. He works out at a zoo too, though, no?
I don't know, does he?
Oh, I think so.
I think he works out at Equinox.
Oh.
Yeah, the thing that his whole workout right now is no warm up, 225 bench, and just doing that.
Oh.
He was like, I want to be the strongest dad out there. I was like, I don't know, that's the smartest thing.
Yeah, probably not. I've heard him talk a little bit about that because doesn't he deadlift like 500 pounds or something?
I mean, probably back in the day when he was doing UFC, but no.
That's insane.
Yeah.
To just pull up to the gym.
Throw on 2 plates.
Lay down on the bench, yeah.
Yeah, he was like, I'm trying to get like 40 straight. I'm like, I don't know what the point of that is, but
yeah, I don't
that's
either.
cool.
How does that, I mean, strongest dad, yeah, I guess, but that doesn't seem very helpful in like regular life.
Yeah, it's so funny how the different aspects of fitness, like there's the strong man and then the bodybuilding area. I showed you some landmine stuff today.
Yeah.
It was totally different.
Yeah.
Like,
but that seems more usable, like.
Just functional.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. How was your experience on the runs today? So I took VP out for a trail run, and you do a lot of like triathlons, and you're a big fan of Ironman and stuff.
Yeah, last year was all that for me. That was like my personality, for sure.
What got you into it?
The drive to have something to train for sure, is like number one.
But why Ironman? You could have done anything.
So I was doing short distance triathlon, sprint distance, which is 750 or 800 meter swim, depending on the race. It kind of fluctuates. And then a 5K. So it's 800 meter swim, 12 mile bike, and 5K. That's the lineup. So it's like the shortest distance in triathlon racing.
The hardest part was swimming, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Swimming is so difficult.
So 800 meters is, if you guys ever been to a like high school swim meet or had a high school with a pool, it's basically one way is 100 meters. So 8 times of that.
For sure.
Yeah.
And it's a lot further in the water than it looks outside of the water. Because like I would go before the race and you see them setting up the course and you're like, oh, that's not that bad.
Yeah.
And then you get in the water and the buoy looks like it's 3 miles away from you because they're like these massive Dorito shaped buoys in the water and they're really bright colors, so they're easy to see.
Is this ocean?
I did ocean and lake.
Okay. What is it like swimming in the ocean?
It's terrible. It's so bad.
Like the
you're
waves
getting pushed
and
around by the current for sure. Yeah. You see fish swimming around, which you don't really in a lake.
And it's like dark.
Yeah.
Like you can't see under you.
Right. Well, plus it's early. Like the sun is just coming up when the races start.
Swim is first.
Yeah. So right off the bat, I mean, so I think it wasn't Mile High. I don't remember what the race was called, but it was in San Diego.
Okay.
And kind of in a cove. Mm-hmm. So it was a nice area and it was really well set up. So many participants. I was terrified.
Like how many people?
I think it was 1,600 people.
Whoa.
Like it was a lot. It was a big race.
That's a lot.
I was not expecting that. The first one I did was in Shaver Lake, like just up from Fresno. And I think there were 100 people there. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, this seems pretty normal. Not at all. Like I don't know if the San Diego race was just like a big well-known thing, but so many people.
So I've heard of a lot of people, especially in Ironmans, there's a couple instances where you get beat up in the water.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because
they're like kicked in the face or hit. Yeah, for sure.
What is it like swimming with all those people around you?
It's hard. It's really, really hard. It messed with me a lot in the first race. So that was my first like race open water swim. And it was kind of terrifying. Like I definitely had a panic attack. And I feel that's really common, I feel like, for people who are just starting.
Describe that feeling. Because did you actually have a panic attack?
No, not really, but like I couldn't take a full breath really, because like my heart was racing and I was just trying to find my way. And all you see is people around you, because you're in a gang of people. And everybody's just swimming.
That terrifies me, bro.
Yeah, it's terrible. So like the second race, luckily I got to like the outside of the pack, so I kind of had my own lane. But the first race, I was in the middle of everybody. Yeah. And then people are passing you, or you're faster than other people, so you're passing them. And you're like on their feet, but they're swimming too slow, so you have to go around them.
How do you navigate your path in a water with like so many people just swimming towards that one direction? Because I heard people pull
a little bit,
pull legs and move around.
That's kind of dirty. I didn't experience that, but it's like, dude, it's like survival of the fittest in the water. It's so like terrifying. You really just have to like lock in and just swim. And it's really, really, really difficult.
Everyone does freestyle?
Yeah.
No one's doing like a butterfly.
No. No one's out there butterflying, backstroking. Yeah, none of that.
I feel like breaststroke might be cool if you're like tired.
Yeah, definitely did that. I did a lot of that. Yeah, for sure. Like swim like to the first buoy or whatever, like the first 400 meters or whatever, and definitely like take a chill. And just, I would kind of like soak it in. But the first race, for sure, like terrified, couldn't catch my breath. I think I breaststroked. It felt like half the course, and I felt like I was in the water for 30 minutes. Yeah. But I think my swim was like, I don't know, 17 minutes or something. Like it wasn't a terribly long time. It was slow for sure. And that needs to improve a lot if I'm going to do another race. But
what's the breathing like? We were talking about this earlier because you had a hard time breathing on like the incline of the run today.
Yeah. So like I never competitively swam. So like that's definitely a huge help if you had competitively swam before you're going to go do a race.
Like the water polo, people are killing it.
More so for sure. And there are some people out there, so you can do relay races, and there are some people that just go to swim. Like they're good competitive swimmers, and that's what they do. What was I saying? I just lost my train of thought. Oh, breathing. So I did not competitively swim before I started racing, so I had to kind of teach myself that, and it took a while. Like I think it probably took me 4 or 5 hours of swimming to be able to comfortably take a breath, because it's kind of in the middle of a stroke. So like you take a stroke, and like going to take a stroke, you're like breathing while your arm's coming over. Yeah. And that was really hard to teach myself.
Is it like 2 strokes breath, 2 strokes breath?
It kind of depends. Some people 1, 2, 3. Some people take a breath every stroke, which I think is just too much. Like it's not very efficient. Yeah. The most efficient I think is 3 strokes probably.
So what were you doing?
It was every other.
Okay.
So I would.
So 1, 2.
It was always
breath, 1,
like
2
on my
breath.
right was more comfortable. Okay. Yeah. So that's what I kind of stuck with. But it took me a long time to teach myself that, because you're not like, your thought when you're in the water is not to breathe, obviously, because you always learn growing up, like you don't want to. You breathe in water. It's a mess. And I swallowed a lot of water in the first race. Wow. It was terrible. But
bad for your gut.
Yeah, the breathing was so bad. Yeah, and then getting out of the water straight onto a bike and having to bike 12 miles.
And are you wet?
Hard. Yeah, for sure.
So you wear the same suit?
Yeah. So yes. So you wear like a tri-suit, and then you put a wetsuit over it.
Okay.
So the wetsuit obviously
comes off.
Yeah, it lets in water. You rip it off, and then your tri-suit's wet for, I don't know, probably the first 15 minutes.
Is chafing a big thing?
No. The suits are really tight.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like I think they're Lycra, but there's like a big craze in the triathlon community for like this material, and everybody's obsessed with it. It's really comfortable, and it's light and stretchy. It's kind of
is it comparative to what? Is it comparative to a wetsuit?
No, it's really, really thin. Okay. It lets you move a lot, which is really nice. That's kind of what you need.
Yeah, because wetsuits are stiff.
Yeah, for sure. Thick and stiff.
You could barely, it feels weird, like stretching out.
Right. Yeah. So that took some getting used to as well. But they do make wetsuits that are a little thinner that make it easier to swim. Yeah. So
But if it's cold as fuck, you kind of want a thick one.
Right. Yeah. So it's kind of give and take there. Like you don't want a terribly thick wetsuit, because then your swim's going to be a little less efficient, but you're going to be a little warmer. But if you get a really thin one, like if you can handle the cold, cool. Yeah. But I mean, it'll make your swimming a little bit easier, I guess. But at that point, Like you can race without a wetsuit, and it makes it that much easier.
Do some people do that?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, you just saw some people out there just skin.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, one of the guys in the San Diego race, the water was so cold. I don't remember what the water temperature was.
You don't do well with cold water.
No, not at all. Yeah, you saw that in the pool earlier.
No.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, it's not that cold. You're like, bro, this is freezing.
It was cold. And I've like cold plunged before, and it's not.
You
fun
don't like
for
doing
me.
it.
No.
Doesn't it feel good though? Like when you come out, yeah, it feels so good.
You feel like you accomplished something.
I feel like you're just euphoric.
Yeah, maybe a little. But people like before I forget this, like one guy in the San Diego race was just wearing a Speedo and like swam the whole race, like swam the race like that. But he was only swimming. Okay. So like that makes sense, you know?
Yeah.
Most people are in a wetsuit.
It'd be cool if he hopped on the bike with the Speedo.
That would be nuts. I don't think I don't think you'd make it comfortably at all. Well, because the tri-suit's also padded.
Gums.
Yeah, well, the tri-suit's also padded, like for sitting on a bike seat.
Okay.
So you have like saddle pads, you know, makes it better.
So you said to train for something, but you could have done anything, bro. Like,
right.
why triathlons as like a grown man too? Because like me and you started golfing.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of people hit me up. You're like, bro, you were a golfer.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now we're doing landmine shit and running trails.
Right. Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I think it was kind of, the idea was born definitely out of friends. So one of my friends, Connor, used to do triathlons growing up.
Okay.
And he like did them for like 10 years, ranked nationally, like very good. And so he's always kind of followed it.
Yeah.
And he wanted to kind of get back into it. And we talked a lot about it. And
so you guys trained together?
Yeah, so it kind of started as like he wanted kind of a buddy to train with. So like we started cycling together, and then I was always a little quicker running with him, so he didn't ever want to run with me.
You're quick, bro. Like
a little bit, yeah.
I remember we do road runs in Fresno, and like we just do a 2 or 3 miler. I'm like, damn, bro, it's hard to keep up.
Yeah, I don't know. I was running a lot at that time too, because that was when I was applied to CHP too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like I was running a lot. Because all they ever hammer into you with that is like, you're going to run a lot, you're going to run a lot, you're going to run a lot, you better run.
That's so ironic because there's a lot of CHP officers who are fat.
Right. Yeah, it's so funny.
And they had to do that at one point?
Right. Yeah, everybody goes through the academy.
What's the point of it?
The academy?
Yeah. The training aspect of it.
For CHP?
Yeah.
I think it's just to like weed out people who don't care enough. It's kind of, I think it's similar to like military, I guess, in that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I picked it up just training with a friend, and I really liked it. And then we started watching triathlon and keeping up with it. And like I was telling you earlier, this guy, Lionel Sanders, just smashed the Oceanside 70.3 and like record splits, came out of the water 3 minutes down and made up all that time and won by like 40 seconds.
Wow.
I think. But yeah, it was crazy.
What is the appeal of watching these Ironmans? Because I don't watch a lot of sports. It's like UFC and basketball once in a while.
Yeah.
And just just because it's a lot of time to pay attention to like March Madness and every other sport, like even golf. Like I don't watch a ton of golf. But like what's so cool about watching people swim and bike and run?
Well, I feel like a lot comes down to relatability. Like I can relate to it and I understand it. So like that's fun for me. Or watching golf is fun, but a lot of people would think it's boring.
Sure.
Same with baseball. Like I love going. Because
we can relate to it.
Right. I don't know if I like going to many places more than a baseball park. And most people go.
You like watching baseball?
I love watching baseball. But I know it so well, so like I can keep up with it, and when a play happens, I can be like, "Oh, cool," you know.
So I need to go watch baseball with you specifically.
Sure, that would be cool. I would like that a lot. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's just relatability. Like I don't like watching basketball, but basketball is fun for a lot of people to watch. But I don't. It's not that I don't understand it. I just don't really care about it as much. Like I didn't do it competitively or anything.
Sure.
But a lot of people that played basketball competitively, I'm sure that's their favorite place in the world.
I guess that makes sense because I watch a lot of bodybuilding now.
Oh yeah,
I'm in that space.
Yeah,
like prepping for it.
Yeah,
but basketball is different. I just like the speed of it, the speed and the way they move too, like the agility of someone. I don't know, like a Steph Curry.
Yeah,
like the way he moves and could shoot these crazy shots from like I don't know where, you know, or golf too. Like seeing people chip in and making these 50-foot putts.
Yeah, it's exciting.
I'm just like, oh, that's so cool because like we spent a good portion of our childhood or high school, like trying to master this sport that is extremely difficult.
Well, yeah, but you can also feel the feeling of chipping it in. Like, you know what that is.
It's a nice feeling.
Yeah. Or you know the feeling of
draining a 50-foot putt.
Yeah, draining a 50-foot putt, or just, I mean, puring a drive. Or, you know what that is. Like, that's so relatable for you.
Yeah.
And because, I mean, we spent so much time doing it. We were trying to be really good at it. And watching people be really good at things that you
have experience.
Yeah, have experience. Yeah, it's so fun. Yeah. So I think that's the draw for, I'm sure, both of us in golf. Like, watching a chip in, like, gives me goosebumps.
Yeah.
It, like, gets adrenaline going. I'm like, damn, I want to go golf.
How would you describe a chip in to someone who doesn't play golf?
Oh, I don't know. I'd probably ask them, like, well, everybody has something that makes them feel that way. And so I feel like for me, it's kind of the same feeling as like hitting a jackpot on a slot machine. Like, as crazy as that is, like, it's that same like adrenaline rush, like fun, really cool, like I accomplished something feeling. Even like the accomplishment feeling is not like relatable to slot machines at all. I was about to say. But
no,
like,
but it is though.
But
you're
it's
like,
that
I
feeling.
spun this fucking thing so many times that I hit it.
Yeah, and it could be the like, oh, I picked the right one, or I hit it at the right time, you know, or whatever. But I don't know. I would try to ask them I would kind of pick their brain and be like, what makes you feel like, what makes your adrenaline rush? What makes your heart beat fast? What do you love? You know, or like, I mean, we're going to talk about this for sure, but like winning a massive blackjack hand, like it's that feeling. It's like excitement. It's like so fulfilling. Like all your hard work like was for something, you know?
But this specific scenario is you're developing a skill to be able to do it though. Like you need to be somewhat proficient at using a golf club to chip it into a hole.
Right.
You know, versus like a blackjack hand, you could just be lucky. Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
Yeah. For example,
but like, that it's just like that feeling of like, oh my God, that's so sick.
Yeah. Well, it's, I don't know, hitting a golf club and hitting the center of the face too. It's just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like that feels so good.
Yeah.
You got that ball of sword that far.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Or like peering an iron, like the sound. The sound of peering an iron is like so distinct. Like even if I hear it on a video, I'm like, oh, he hit that good.
Yeah. And then you'll keep watching it.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no relatability to that for Ironmans though. There's no pure shot.
I guess if you put up like a personal best split.
Okay.
You know.
But
like
that's over a long period of time.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, I guess.
Like for pool or darts, even darts, if you hit the bullseye, you're just like, oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, I did that.
Yeah.
Like the other day, I played probably my best game of billiards, of pool. And just the thought, I want to hit this white ball and deflect it on this other ball, and it goes in a hole. I think I made 9 shots in a row.
Oh my God.
I know. I was just like, what's happening right here? Like, I'm controlling my brain to control my hands to put these balls in certain like slots. And I'm like, whoa, that's fucking sick.
Yeah.
It's very comparable to golf, in my opinion.
Yeah, agree. For sure. Yeah, hitting a ball to like go into, like that part of it for sure.
Yeah.
Like making it in the pocket.
Back to blackjack and stuff. Dude, we were degenerates growing up. Me and you, I feel like we're the only people who took gambling to a different level as 18-year-olds.
Yeah. No, that was not our best choice for sure. That was, well, I don't know about for you, but me at the time, that was like full paychecks. Just like,
full paychecks.
I'm going to go have fun.
Yeah. What do you think the drive was for it? Because like I'd get off a shift at Japanese Kitchen or Sakura at like 11:30 and just go straight to the casino and start playing blackjack.
Yeah, I mean, same for sure. Like I would get off a shift at the golf course and be like, I'm gonna hit up Nate. Like, let's go play blackjack. Yeah. Money, I guess, was the drive.
Yeah, but we always like blew it. And also made a ton.
Well, I think that's why I still enjoy gambling. Like I don't do it often, but like going to Vegas and gambling is so fun. Like the opportunity to win like a bunch of, I don't know, like you could win a 2 weeks paycheck in like one spin of the slot machine, or if your number on roulette hits, like that part of it is so cool to me.
Number on roulette's hitting is wild.
Yeah.
Dude. You hit it like 5 times in a row. You're like, whoa.
Oh, that would be insane.
Yeah, I've done that like once or twice.
Really?
Yeah.
No way.
And my crazy story with roulette is actually in Fresno.
Uh-huh.
And I think it was my last $15. And I was like, this is going to hit one. And it was just me by myself. And I just put $15 on one. And I don't know what the payout is, 26-1 on that, right?
No, 35-1.
35-1.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And I hit it. And the guy was like, what the fuck? Yeah. Because it was the only number on the board.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, no one else was playing with me.
Yeah.
And he was just like, you're the luckiest motherfucker out here. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I need this money right now, so I'm going to dip.
Yeah, for sure. That was the part that I don't think we were ever very good at. Because even if we were like, we would go play blackjack. Yeah, leaving. Leaving is the most ridiculous. Like, that's the hardest part, dude.
We're up $1,000. And we're just like, we're going to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because you could make another 1,000.
How long is the most time you think you've spent straight playing at a casino?
Oh, God. Excluding Vegas, probably not that long. Maybe a couple hours.
Okay, Vegas. No. Fresno, bro, we were there for like 8 hours sometimes.
No way. Really?
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
I was there. I was definitely there for 8 hours.
Really?
Straight,
Oh, I was not.
Yeah.
When we would go play, we would get slapped more than we would win. So I feel like we were like, we would walk in and back out, and the security guard was like, already? Like we didn't spend that much time there, I don't think. Together.
I think it's a problem when all the dealers know your name.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good tell, for sure. Yeah, I had a couple of those relationships.
You're like, what's up?
Yeah.
Jenny, how you been?
Yeah.
And this is an older Asian lady. He's like, what's up?
Like, I would go find one of the guys that worked at Table Mountain used to deal so fast. And I was like, every time I went to the casino, I was like, I got to find this guy. And if he wasn't dealing, I wouldn't play. Just because like I liked the way he dealt cards a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something about it. But
I don't know. Fast playing blackjack is, I don't know. I feel like more enjoyable because you're just like, versus...
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So I was always looking for fast dealers.
Yeah.
And those were the ones that like knew me and I knew like pretty well. Yeah.
What's do you have any advice for people gambling?
Don't. If you don't already, don't start.
It's fun.
No, I don't know. Gambling's fun. Set a limit and stick to it is probably the best advice.
I remember I started being smarter about it and putting, I think, like 20% of my paycheck and it'd go into a separate account, like a gambling account.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was just like, when it got to 0 and I pulled out more, I was like, this gambling account's stupid.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sticking to it.
Uh-huh.
Because I feel like everything is good in moderation or doable in moderation. Like drinking, like if you have a limit for 5 drinks a night or even working out, like just setting your limit for a consistency over a long period of time.
Right.
Like nicotine, like, or smoking weed or anything like that. Like you could go so far deep into it and it could control your life.
Right.
And then if you just have a couple drinks here and there to elevate your time gambling or elevate your time, just having a good time.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. Yeah.
What do you call it? What's the craziest blackjack story you've had?
Oh, probably. I mean, the most memorable definitely is just from table because like those were like core memories because at the time, like winning $3,000 was crazy.
Yeah.
So probably, well, the craziest thing that I didn't make a lot of money on because I wasn't betting a lot was I think I had 4 blackjacks in a row at double deck and it was the first 4 hands.
Wow.
But I only had $25 on it.
Yeah.
Which like to some people, like $25 is a decent bet, you know? But I didn't ever raise my bet. Where like I've always been like a presser.
Yeah.
And didn't ever raise my bet at all. Yeah. But like I looked up the odds of it and it was like 1.5 million or something. Sheesh. I think. Well, because there's only 8 aces, you know? Yeah. And I got 4 blackjacks in a row. Oh. It was insane.
The odds are insane.
Yeah. So like that's probably the craziest thing that's happened to me gambling.
Did I ever tell you about my blackjack story on my 21st birthday?
No.
So
I don't think so.
I went to Vegas with my dad. Logan Risconi was there.
Oh, okay.
And my uncle, it was just a 21st birthday.
Yeah.
And we all sat at the same table. And so we were playing 4 hands, and there was this one guy who wasn't playing with us, and it was a $50 minimum at, I want to say Bellagio. And there's this thing called Buster Blackjack.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen it. For sure.
We always played the Buster, like all of us, and we hit it like 4 or 5 times.
Oh, okay.
And the more cards it takes to bust, the more you get paid out.
Okay.
And so I forgot the exact rollout of the deck, but there was like 4 aces in there, and it was a 9-card bust.
Oh, wow.
The chances of winning it's like 0.000000, like 1%.
Yeah.
And all of us had money on it. And if you have a blackjack with it, you get paid out 1,000 to 1.
Oh, wow.
And a buddy of mine who came at the time, we hit it. Everyone hit. Won the hand and the buster. So
please tell me you had like $25 on this.
So he had $25 on it.
No way.
So it was a 10K hand for him.
Wow.
And everyone else got paid out like 1,000 as well.
Yeah.
And so from this one hand, this is the first night of my 21st birthday.
Yeah.
We went out to the club after, and he bought us bottle service and everything. But I've never seen that ever happen.
Yeah.
Like a 9-card bust.
Yeah.
With everyone winning.
Yeah. At
the table. And the pit boss came out, and it took like 50 minutes to like, they went through the cameras.
Yeah.
Because they're like, this is impossible. This has never happened. And then 4 or 5 dealers were like came over to check it out because they're like, we've never dealt this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, anytime something crazy like that happens in a casino, I'm sure the first thought is like, how did this happen? You know, because stuff like that just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's always some question of like, I wonder if there was, you know, somebody's fucking around, you know, mixing cards weird or something.
Yeah. And 10K is like a lot for a $100 hand.
Yeah. No, that's insane. Yeah. No, that's wild.
Yeah. That's
first night of your 21st birthday, though, is crazy.
Oh yeah,
that's a good everything start.
Up. He like spent half of it on just the experience of that whole weekend.
Yeah,
and
as you do.
And the second half was like, I bought a gun.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
I didn't. He did for himself.
Yeah,
I was like, that's sick.
At least he got something out of it, you know.
Yeah.
I can't think of. I mean, there's no way I could possibly count the amount of times I gambled and won a ton of money and then just lost it. Like 3, 4, 5 grand, whatever. And it's just gone. You didn't get anything for it.
The thing that you were really good about was buying things.
Like, I tried
Vince
to
would
sometimes.
hit me up. He was like, yo, I bought a pair of Ultra Boost today and a computer. And then I was like, why, bro? Like save it. But the thing is, like, we never saved it.
Right. Well, one time I think I won like 2 grand once. And I was like, I'm going to buy some Yeezys.
Yeah.
And it's when like everybody wanted Yeezys. So I think I bought like 4 pairs from like some guy I found on, I don't know if it was Facebook or OfferUp or something, but I was like, I'm going to buy some Yeezys. That's kind of cool. And I think I wore one of them once and another one like twice.
What's the appeal? What was the appeal at that time of wearing Yeezys? Because I never understood it.
Probably comfort.
Oh.
I guess.
Comfort?
They're comfortable shoes.
I guess I never had a pair, so I can't relate.
Yeah, they're comfortable shoes. I will say that. It's like walking on a cloud, dude.
Yeah. Have you seen all the Kanye stuff?
Not really. A little bit of it. I know he's kind of crazy.
I think it's just the media portraying it, but I don't really know. Like I have a buddy who listened to a podcast of him going on, and he's just rocking like a black KKK stuff.
Oh,
like and he was for him, it's just like doing everything that is against social norms.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's crazy. He's just being a cool guy.
In my opinion, though, I feel like we're ingrained to think things are bad.
Right, for sure.
And going against the grain just gets a lot of attention.
Yeah,
and I feel like those people who go against attention, go against like the grain, no matter if it's like quote unquote good or quote unquote bad. They're just doing it for attention.
Yeah, most of the time. I mean, that's got to be his. Well, you have to. I feel like knowing that most of his brand is attention, it's obviously profitable and like it helps him. You know. So I don't know if that's necessarily exactly why. Listening to him talk is kind of crazy because I feel like he has some like off the wall thoughts, you know, a little bit.
Sure.
And I guess it goes back to like the like kind of avoiding norms and like being different or whatever.
It's like delusional confidence too in it because
For sure.
Did you watch his documentary?
Well, but that's always worked for him. Like the delusional confidence thing.
I feel like
I didn't watch the documentary.
I feel like you have to be delusionally confident in anything you do if you're going to be successful at it.
Yeah.
Because if no one else believes in it if no one else believes in it, it's not going to happen. Like, you have to believe it.
Right. So it's kind of funny. You know Alex Hormozy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So him talking about that, like, it's one person in the stands clapping for a long time, and that person is you.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much truth to that because, and you have to be like delusionally confident that you're going to be able to make this thing work, or like this is the right path for you, and you see the vision. Nobody else ever sees the vision like that early on. But for a long time, like everybody's just like, keep going, good luck, you know? Well, it's just really, you clapping yourself along.
It's really lonely.
Yeah, for sure.
Like training for this bodybuilding show, or for you training for these triathlons and stuff, like we're just alone in a pool, or like alone in the gym, just lifting, or training.
Dude, do you know how many days I went? I can't count the amount of times I went to swim, and my immediate thought was like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Because I didn't like swim training.
Yeah.
Nobody else is there. And like, I'm a pretty good swimmer, but I'm nowhere near like competition, or the competition for the races, you know, like other people. And so many days I would go down there and I'd be like, why am I here? Like, this is the water's cold. I'm going to be all wet. I'm only going to be down here for 30 minutes, you know, and then I'm going to go up. I have to shower. It seemed like such a waste of time. But then like those things end up paying off a lot, like being able to persevere and, you know, dig through it.
I feel the same way when I show up to that mountain at like 5:45.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, why the fuck am I out here in this cold weather?
You could have stayed in bed.
I know.
You could have been getting extra rest. You'd be comfortable. You'd be warm.
Yeah.
You don't have to deal with this hard thing.
What got you out of bed? What got you out of bed? What got you to the pool? What got you into the pool to do the training? Like, what was the mindset for that?
Probably most of the time, probably just that I had to do it.
Why did you have to? No one's telling you.
Because I don't know. Maybe I wanted to do it because I wanted to be better. Yeah. But the thought was definitely that I have to do this. But I wasn't doing it for anybody other than me.
Yourself.
I think it helps a lot to, like, I told people I was doing it. So that definitely is like a big motivator. And you kind of have the, like, I don't want to let these people down thing, you know? So there's that kind of thing. Even though, who are you letting down other than yourself if you quit doing a thing? Yeah. Like, you could stop. You're doing this crazy, like, incredible bodybuilding journey. You could stop doing it tomorrow and everybody else would be like, oh, maybe it just wasn't for you. And the only person you let down doing that is yourself. Yeah. Because this is a path that you really want to take and you have this vision for what you want to create with that. And I don't know. I mean, I could have quit at any time, but I mean, getting the thing to get me out of bed probably was that I felt like I owed it to other people that I had told like I was going to do this thing. And people were like, oh, cool. Like my friend Connor, he was like, I'll come watch your race. That would be really cool. Yeah. So like, what am I going to do? Go out there and swim a 25-minute 800-meter swim? Yeah. Like, you know, just put up a terrible time and, you know, kind of.
That concept lives in my mind like rent free all the time. Yeah. Like, I'm very careful of what I put into the world now. Right. Because once you speak it, you're like, fuck, I got to do it.
Yeah,
now.
I have to do it now. Yeah.
I fucking
even though
gotta
you
do
don't
this.
have to do it.
Yeah,
you don't have to do it. You couldn't have.
But it's like
you didn't
deep.
have to start.
It's like deep inside. You're like, fuck, I gotta do this shit now.
Yeah, no, that's very relatable. And I think most of the time, that's probably what got me to training. Because
you're smaller before you got into the triathlons and before you got into, or I guess around the same time you got into golf. Like I met you and you're really heavy set, bro. Yeah. And the amount of people who like grow up heavier set or fat and all these things, the journey to become an athlete. Like right now you're an athlete, bro. You ran, you're running, you kept up all day today. And high school Vinny, no way he could do that. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. Well, my high school, I mean, yeah, like 220 pounds and like not happy about it, you know?
You got to 220?
Yeah, wow. For sure. I think the highest I ever saw on the scale was like 219 or something, but I was definitely heavier than that at some point. But yeah, I don't know. I don't even know why I ever started Like, I don't know what got me to do that. It was probably for other people. I mean, it all kind of goes back to, I'm such a people pleaser, and I do like the external validation works so well for me.
What do you mean by that?
Like even with
like you look good.
Yeah, for sure. Or just
like someone giving you a compliment.
Yeah. Or like I didn't ever really like date until high school. And then like
didn't most people though?
No, probably not. Probably not. But like that was definitely a motivator to like, oh, like if I and like as you're losing weight, people start like complimenting you and they're like, hey, like I see this changing, this is working. Yeah. Like you look good. Yeah. You know? And I mean that could mean a lot of different things, obviously, but like it's probably that most of the time. Like that's what has kickstarted so many things for me. Yeah. And it's like I kind of hate myself for it. And because I don't want to depend on that. I don't think anybody wants to really depend on anything. You know, I feel like that's kind of a general theme in like today's world. And I don't think I'm really a dependent person, but I really hate that I am that way because I do feel like I kind of depend on that for progression in ways like working out, like things that I know I don't have to do. I know I really don't want to do, you know, but like that gets me out of bed and gets the pre-workout in the cup. And like, that's my motivation to like, I need to go work out or, you know, I better get on my bike today. Like if I end up wanting to do a race at the end of this year, you know, I'm still riding occasionally, you know, maybe once a week, you know.
I think my mindset, because I used to live in that mindset a lot as well. And I think it just over the last couple of years.
Well, I think a lot of people do. You know?
I think most people do.
Yeah, for sure.
Like everyone's trying to get the bigger house or the nicer car or the hotter girlfriend or XYZ because they want that outside validation. Yeah. And I was just like, if you could switch the mindset to you're the project, like how good can you be? Like you're the measuring stick of your success. Like how cool of a human I could be. How fast can I be? How confident can I be? How, you know, like put over there, it's been no matter what, you don't need that validation because the progress of you becoming a better human is the measuring stick of your success. That's how I'm trying to navigate my life now.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think that's much healthier. I don't know. It seems like it's the why. Like, why are you doing it? Why do you want to be faster? Why do you want to look better? Why do you want to, you know, like I feel like a lot of people are lacking the why. Like I've always lacked the why. I think that's why I relied and still rely sometimes so heavily on the external validation because.
Well, that is the why from what you're explaining.
Right, for sure. Yeah. So I think, I mean, it's the why. Like it would be, I would love if I could be the person that's like, I'm the project, I'm going to go do these things for myself. But that's just not really how I work because you can be so comfortable at home, you know, like I could go to work, I could come home, I could jump in bed, you know, you're so comfy, you're warm, you're in your space. It's so cool. You have all the things that you need. Your phone charger's right there, you know?
Yeah. I feel like in today's world, everything's easy.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and we've created it that way. Like that's
like just having I didn't have a washer and dryer for, I think 3 months when I was living in my last place. Yeah. I was like, oh, this sucks. Yeah. And I didn't realize how much I enjoy having a washer and dryer. Right. Like it is so nice. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. No, it's great.
And then you take it out or you take out, the phone charger next to your bed. You're like, fuck, I got to go charge it all the way in my kitchen now. Right. Or, just how you set up your day to day. We've made it so easy. Or bathrooms, bro. If you even do that, like I have a place to shit and piss and take a shower. Like that is such a luxury compared to, or we were even talking about earlier, like the male thing of like porn, like how easy it is to like, get that dopamine satisfaction at the click of a few buttons versus going out and talking to a girl. Right. You know how hard that is.
Yeah. But it's like, I mean, I think both of us have, seen it in like why would you go out and like talk to a girl? This is so easy. Like it's right here. It's at home. Like you don't have to go anywhere for it. You don't have to stress out. You don't have to be anxious. You don't have, you know, it's so easy to just resort to this thing.
Yeah. I think the why though is because it's more fulfilling than that.
For sure.
Like you jacking off at home, bro, is not fulfilling. Like if you put a camera on you and you're the main character of the movie and you're just jacking off in your bed. Yeah. Like that is so sad compared to like you having the balls to go out to a yoga class or a bar and being the main character and getting the girl, you know?
Yeah. Getting the number, getting setting up the date, planning it, like all that is so worth it. Yeah. But getting to
or even dating apps, we're talking about, that's ease. You're just swiping.
For sure.
Like.
Yeah. You're not tied to anything. Yeah. You don't have to feel like dumb. You know, you didn't really talk to these people. Like it's all so easy.
I also feel like you're also easily getting validation from these people as well as rejection, both ways.
Yes, for sure. Well, especially with dating apps, like validation in the way of likes, or I mean, Instagram does that fantastically. So many people are so addicted to Instagram, like validation through likes or people jumping in your, you know, you post a story and, you know, I jump in your DM sometimes. I'm like, dude, you look fantastic. Like that validation. Yeah. Like it's so easy to acquire and it's all on your phone. It's in your pocket. You carry it all day. Yeah. So like you can acquire that anytime and you don't have to go out of your way and stress out about going and finding it or, you know.
So what's the importance to, I guess, suffering out in the real world?
Because it's good for you.
I guess it's good for you.
Doing things that suck and are scary and going outside your comfort zone is so good for you. Yeah. It teaches you more than you could ever learn sitting at home on your phone, on Hinge.
What does it teach you?
Swiping.
What does it teach you?
How to communicate, how to, I feel like it's all, I mean, for me, like with dating apps specifically, it's the communication thing. Like texting is never going to be as I mean, it's editable. You know, you could let it sit there for hours and never hit send. You could delete the whole thing. It doesn't matter. But having a conversation, sitting here right now, like
this is real. This is in real
you're
life.
Saying words. Yeah. Like it's happening.
We have to dance, bro.
Right.
We have to communicate. Like that's why we were talking about earlier. Like anytime you want to get a hold of me, you just call me.
Right.
Versus like I don't respond to text.
Yeah. And but I know that about you. And it's not that I like stress myself out about having to call you. Like we have good conversations. And it's nice to catch up for sure.
It's cool having friends who have seen or been in your life for a long period of time because they know the evolution of your life and what's going on. And like for example, we haven't hung out in years, really.
Yeah, probably 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, since your powerlifting meet in San Diego.
I would even say like that's not even hanging out. Right. Like, we just said what's up. Yeah. You know, I would say it's like even 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's until you like came over and we smoked a cigar at your place, I think, one time. Yeah. You know? And to have those friends who are not in your life on a day-to-day and you catch up and it is like we were in high school or in college. Like I forgot that we played community college golf together. Yeah. I was like, we played that season together, right?
Yeah, 1 year for sure. Yeah, I was not doing well, but yeah, we did.
The thing about sucking at something, it's like you hate it.
Yeah, for sure.
Like when you want to get good at the run. The thing is like with endurance training, it's a pretty input-output easily equation. In the sense of if you run more, if you swim more, if you lift more, you're going to get stronger. You're going to get faster no matter what. Right. That's just like a simple equation.
Yeah, there's literally no other option because your body has to change to do the thing better.
For golf. Yeah. Like you could practice hours. Yeah. And your drive could still not hit the fairway.
It could get worse. Like so many times I would take like 2-week breaks sometimes from golf because like you would just like overload yourself with practice and all of a sudden like you're so in your head, you can't even remember how to swing a club. You don't know how to hit it straight. Yeah. Like so much of that with golf.
Yeah, because I feel like it's a mental game too. It's like you think, for example, I played for the first time in maybe a few months, like 3-4 months the other day, and I was striping it. Yeah. And I was like, I haven't practiced at all. Yeah. Like I'm hitting it better than I did like when I was competing. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck?
That was like, my experience last time I went to the range too. Yeah. Yeah. Dude, Topgolf drunk, striping the ball. I was like, dude, where was this at City College?
Bro, Topgolf with friends who've never golfed is such a flex. You feel so good because we've swung a golf club before.
Yeah.
And we know how to hit it.
Right.
You know, and you're just striping you hit it so far and they're like, whoa, what the heck?
Yeah.
Because like to someone who doesn't play golf, it's a hard skill to just hit it.
Yeah.
Like people are spinning and missing the ball.
The face of a golf club is like, I mean, it's like 3 inches wide and like a couple inches tall, and you're hitting this tiny little ball.
Yeah.
And you have to swing your arms all the way around. It's at the end of a long stick, you know, like it's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
But that all ties into like, you have to do things that you don't really want. Like nobody wanted to practice golf. Like there were so many times that I would go out to the golf course and I'd be like, dude, I don't really want to be here right now. But like, and then you start having fun with it. And like, you remember how good you are and you're hitting it well. And yeah,
doing hard things just, I feel like makes life more fulfilling once you see the betterment of the task.
Right. As long as you're getting better, it's easy to stick with.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's what changes a lot of people's, like, you don't want to go through the not being good part. So many people don't want to go through the learning and the, like what you can tie it back to golf. Like nobody wants to go out to a golf course and shoot 120. Nobody. Everybody wants to go out to the golf course and hit it like Tiger.
Yeah.
But that takes years to develop. So like you have to be willing to put in the time, even if you're having a really bad time or you're sucking
and no one sees it.
Right.
No one sees the hours that we spent at the range, or no one sees Tigers, or no one sees me in the gym at all times, or you in a cold pool at whatever time.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
Yeah. There's this, I've been studying Buddhism a little bit. And the first like truth of Buddhism is like life is suffering.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, no matter what good thing you have, like the best relationship, we'll put it there. Like say you're having the best time.
Do you mean first rule is like the top of a pyramid? Like that's like
first truth. There's 4 truths of Buddhism.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
First, like for example, it's gonna end. Like if you break up, cool. Or 2, like one of you is gonna die. Like eventually.
Yeah.
So like that, no matter how high it is, it's going to end.
Yeah.
Like no matter what type of high that you're having, it's going to end. The night out with the boys is gonna end. The 3K jackpot that you hit on the lottery machine, that high is going to end. And after that high, it's a shitty feeling because like you try and chase it your entire life.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And I feel like we're just trying to chase those highs all the time.
All the time. Everybody is.
Yeah.
Shout out Instagram. Looking for those likes, baby.
Are you caught up in, we were talking about being caught up on our phone all the time.
Yeah.
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 I'm trying to be better
on my phone
it.
a lot.
Yeah.
It's bad. Well, but part of it, I mean, also like, just like with work, like I'm on my phone all the time. But yeah, I mean, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I think it depends on how you spend the time on your phone a lot. Like if you're scrolling TikTok for 6 hours a day, that's probably not good. Yeah. But like in your case, you're running a business on your phone. Like that's much different than...
It's still like stealing my attention though, like on a screen.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does being on your phone have anything to do with work?
It's more... learning, research for the main part.
Yeah.
There's a little more to it, but I'll have to tell you.
Okay. Yeah. So Vince is a card grader, you would say. So what's the importance of card grading?
Value, for sure.
So how do you determine the quality of a card? Is it just like if it's brand new out of the box type of deal? If there's no bends, if there's no peeling, is it easily readable?
It kind of depends. I mean, it's based off of, so it's like corners, edges, surface, centering are like the main.
Corners, edges, surface.
Centering.
Centering, what's centering?
So like the centering of the picture, you know?
So on the card?
Yeah.
So like people will have different centerings?
Yeah, so I could show you an example later, but like the centering of the picture on the card is really important. But aside from, I mean, I will say the encapsulation is probably the most sought after.
Encapsulation
because like protection.
Okay.
Yeah, like protecting the card. I mean, they're UV resistant, so like light's a little less harmful.
Is it mostly Pokémon?
Mostly, yeah. Okay. I mean, that's a lot for sure. But like, I mean, everything, sports cards, like
you do sports cards as
everything.
Well?
Yeah.
Every type of card.
Yeah.
What's the why do so many people value these cards at such a high dollar amount? Because
I mean, it's like art. Why do people value art at such a high, like where's the draw to spend $100 million on
a piece of art?
Yeah, a piece of art.
Scarcity?
Sure. Yeah.
Or
that translates.
Relatability, right? So I'll buy a piece of art. For example, I have this Jimi Hendrix photo up here.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
And I just fuck with his music. I liked his like lifestyle and the way that he played guitar.
Yeah.
And it being in my space, I value that piece of art. I might pay a higher dollar amount than someone who has never heard of Jimi Hendrix, who's like 12 years old.
Sure. Yeah. So it's all the same things.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Like so, you really like it.
But like people,
you watch a lot of basketball. You want this player's card, or or you watched Pokémon all growing up, and like this is a big thing for you. So
is there a lot of people who've like are obsessed with Pokemon and they've watched Pokemon growing up? Because it's
I don't know if I would say obsessed, but
it's not even like nerds. It's not even like
right.
It's like high end business people who love Pokemon cards still.
Yeah,
they're like.
I mean, that could be a source of like placing money, I guess, like an investment. I mean, people buy art as investment, people buy cards as investment.
But I feel like over the last few years, the community or the industry of collecting cards has skyrocketed. Is that wrong?
No, definitely.
Yeah. So what do you think inspired this surge?
I think it was a lot more eyes. Like a lot more attention getting put. It was talked about a lot more.
Like, why did you get into collecting cards before you started grading them?
Probably. Well, I was looking for ways to fill my time during COVID for sure. So that was definitely like a big help with that. And it's like a scavenger hunt. I mean, looking through eBay and finding the cards that you really want, and you're like, oh my God, this one's in such good condition.
Yeah.
And then you buy it and waiting for the package to come. It's like, I mean, it's the same thing as, I mean, you buy yourself a really nice wallet, like waiting for that to come. You're like, oh my God, I can't wait till this gets here.
And put my money in it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Do you play Pokemon too? Like
I play the app. There's a new game, Pokemon trading card game Pocket, I think. Okay. Yeah, I think it just says TCGP on the app, but you can like open packs on the app and
like actually play the
cards.
game though?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a play aspect to it. And you can match up with random people around
I remember
the world.
Yu-Gi-Oh was a big thing.
Yeah, for sure. It's all in the same in the same.
So do you do Yu-Gi-Oh cards as well?
Grade them, yes.
Okay.
Like play or collect, not really. No.
Yeah, I remember it was just the RuneScape guys were obsessed with Yu-Gi-Oh too. And I think I have like a binder at home of like all my Yu-Gi-Oh cards in like 4th grade. I might send them your way and see what the heck's up with them.
Yeah, no, we could look through them. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I mean, I never played. Back then, it was just, I feel like it was just a trend.
Yeah.
People got into
for
it.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same. What was really big? It was like, I want to say it was like Beyblade maybe, but it was like right. So like that was a huge thing too.
Did you have like the little fighter?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't ever play it but like in the same way, like it kind of trended.
That's
the
so
same
funny
way.
that I brought up Beyblade, bro. I didn't remember it until you just brought it out.
Yeah.
And
or like kids walking around elementary school with like cards in their pocket, like pull out a Yu-Gi-Oh card. They're like, look at my blue eyes white dragon.
It's crazy the amount of trends that you look back and it's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like the I Heart Boobies bracelets.
Yeah.
Or what are the
silly strings.
Which ones were those?
Weren't they the ones that were like shaped like animals?
Yes. Are those silly strings?
Dang, am I wrong? No, I think that. Oh.
We could look it up after.
No, it's definitely not. What were they called?
But those were big.
Silly bands?
Those were
big.
Know.
Yeah,
like
massive.
You took off this stupid rubber band and it just is shaped like a giraffe.
Yeah.
You're
dude,
like,
I remember.
Do you have the giraffe, bro?
We all, like me and my sister, I have 2 sisters. Me and my 2 sisters had like arms full of these like animal shaped, whatever they're called, rubber bands.
Yeah.
And that was like such a big thing. Same with the I Heart Boobies bracelets. We had like every color and we would rotate them through the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, looking back at it now, I'm just like, why did we invest our childhood money on that?
Yeah, I don't know. Everybody liked it. I think it's the same as everything else. Like things go in waves. Like when things are popular, everybody wants to be a part of it. And it's kind of a cool thing. I mean, especially in school, like if there's
you want to be the cool kid.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Like you're looking for a little bit of attention or validation. And
did you ever analyze, like, would you consider yourself a cool kid growing up? Like a popular crowd?
I wouldn't say like cool or popular. I had a lot of friends, but I don't think I would say I was like a popular, cool kid.
Yeah.
I knew a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I didn't ever really like fit into a group perfectly. I don't think I always had a smaller group inside of a big group. Yeah. That was always kind of, I mean, especially through like elementary, middle, high school, like it was never a massive group of people. I always had like a much smaller group within that big group that I can talk to more, or, vibed better with, you know?
Like growing up, I was pretty, if we consider like a nerd being someone who doesn't have a lot of friends and studies all the time.
Sure.
Like that was me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like
interesting.
Until like, I think like 7th grade.
Oh,
and
okay.
I was the kid, well, I went to private school and I always wore like short socks and always had my shirt tucked in to like my belly button, and I would always try to deconstruct like popular kids to try to get there.
Oh, okay.
So
interesting.
I would ask my mom to get me like ankle or shin high Nike socks.
Yeah.
Or wear my backpack with like one handle versus like two.
Yeah.
I was like, how are these guys getting there? Like I want to be liked too. And so it's just funny how the trends part too. I think that's a big part of that.
Yeah.
The people who you think at the time are making it cool, you would be like more like them.
Sure.
And looking back at it now, I'm just like, oh, everyone is just a human. And
yeah, nobody thought about things like that.
Yeah. I mean, nowadays as adults, like I don't give a fuck what people think about.
Right. Or not that nobody thought about it, because obviously you thought about it.
Yeah.
But like it ends up not mattering. That's kind of funny though that you say that, because I would not imagine that like being your life in like early elementary school. Oh
yeah, dude. I mean, my parents are immigrants, and they didn't know like cool American trends or anything like that. Sure. And I wanted so bad to be liked growing up, dude.
Yeah.
And to deconstruct it in that way was like the only way I could get there, type of deal. And I think 8th grade, I won like class president, and like high school I was like vice president, and I was just like, oh, I made it, type of deal. But
on top of the world,
like some people like me. Because it's a shitty feeling when you have no friends.
Right.
Like,
yeah, for sure.
No friends. You got like 2 friends, and like they are obsessed with things that are like, did you figure out this geometry equation? Or and my mom, like during summer, would make me do these math books, and my summers consisted of just schoolwork, because I think I almost failed like 2nd grade or 1st grade. Okay, yeah. And so like I didn't have like a social life there.
Gotcha.
But looking back at it now, I'm like, cool, I'm decent at math. Like, thanks, Mom. Like, cool.
Yeah. So
maybe,
I mean, do you feel like being that way ended up paying off more than if you would have been like the cool kid?
What do you mean?
I like
no, for sure. I understand what you're saying.
Being the like smarter kid.
Yeah. Well,
or maybe slightly less social.
There's being the star quarterback or the most popular kid early on, I think has a lot of negative aspects to it, because that's the high. This is the highest high you're going to ever have, versus like trying to work towards a better. I think that's why I'm so obsessed with self-development, bro. It's because I'm always hungry to be better. Is like, I always felt like the underdog throughout my entire life.
That makes sense. I think that's relatable.
Yeah.
Like I never, I don't know. That's relatable. Yeah. I never feel like I really like it, kind of how I was telling you, like
getting in shape, bro. Like I was like, I want to get in shape because I want to be more attractive. This guy's born 6'6", dude. Yeah. And he's good at fast. Yeah, ripped. Genetics are a thing, guys. Like, I have to work harder for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it just goes back to like not really feeling like I ever fully fit into like a group, or like I wasn't that social of a person growing up, I don't think. Like even back to being like a really young kid, I remember stories of like, we'd be at family gatherings and people we're always talking about that. Like, I didn't talk when I was really young, and I was like really antisocial, and I was kind of like hiding behind my mom.
Yeah.
So I feel like it kind of, I mean, I'm sure it kind of started there, you know, like that trend, but never really feeling like I fully like fit into like the cool group, or like I was always kind of missing something.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like early elementary school, I had like a rolling backpack.
Yes.
I always had a buzz cut. I was overweight. Like, it didn't really, I wasn't comfortable in my clothes. Like so many things like that.
Yeah. The rolling backpack was crazy, bro, because rolling backpacks were not cool.
Yeah, right.
But we had to carry like 8 books at the time.
Exactly.
Like they are just the more practical, best way to do it.
Right.
My mom was like, why do you want to carry all this shit?
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not the cool thing, man.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, for sure.
It's just funny how as humans, we want to fit into the group. And that's how we decide to do so. And as we grow up as adults, we get to find our tribe.
Right.
Like we get to be around the people we want to be like.
Right.
For example, bodybuilders or artists or like I don't surround myself with anyone who like plays video games because I don't like video games.
Right.
I don't want to be that type
That's
of guy.
fair. Yeah. Well, but even, I mean, this podcast is a good example. Like you get to have on the people that you're interested in or know something that you want to know or, you know, that you can learn something from. And they're the people that you want to have on. And those are the people you get to have on. Like,
it's like curating your community.
Yeah. Like you're not trying, you're not trying to be like Joe Rogan. You're not trying to be like Chris Williamson. You're not trying to be like these other people who have like big podcasts and, you know, you're forming your own thing. You're going your own direction. This is like your journey that you're building for yourself from scratch, which is like the most incredible thing in the world to me, because I don't feel like I'm creative enough to do it. So I think that like, I look up to you a lot in that way for sure. And I think that's so cool. But I mean, you're not trying to be like anybody else. You're doing it your way. And
what does creativity mean to you? Because you said you don't feel like you're creative enough to do something like this.
I don't think I come up with like ideas from scratch very easily. Like I need some kernel of like a start point.
Like you had a friend who was into triathlons, therefore you got into triathlons.
Yeah.
Like that was the kernel.
Right. And there's a framework there to like work off of. Like I know like this is the training for this. This is the training for this. Like you need to do hill work on your bike because like that's really beneficial. And
I feel like creativity just comes from curiosity.
Yeah.
Like
that's
you're curious. Like for me, I was just like, how do you run a podcast? Like this is cool. I want to talk to cool people. Like just figure it out type of deal. Or like video games or even curating your space. Like you walk into someone's dope ass home living situation. You're like, whoa, like how did you think of putting this piece of art over here or your coffee maker over here?
Right.
Like I try to deconstruct all that shit, bro.
Yeah. That's funny. That's cool. I see. Like I feel like I'm not that way.
Yeah.
Like even like my first apartment when I moved down here, like setting it up, I was just like, I guess I can go there. Like that'll be fine. That was my thought with most things. Yeah. And I ended up moving things around a lot just because I never really felt like I found like a place for them.
Yeah.
But even like something as small as like setting up an apartment, like I feel like I'm not creative enough to like have the idea like this belongs here and stick with that. Like I kind of like that it goes back to the external validation. Like, but if somebody came in and like I had a friend over, say like you come over and you're like, oh, that looks so cool. Like it's staying there. That's where that belongs. Like we did a good job with that one. We're good.
Yeah. That's staying there. That coffee maker is staying there. That piece of art is staying there.
Yeah. So something like that, like, I mean, that's just...
Well, I mean, I feel like you've always been like go with the flow. And
for sure.
And the thing is like every time we've hung out, which was a really de-stressor for me, is you're so relaxed. Like I feel like I would always be stressed out about something all the time. Yeah. And you're like, bro, it'll be fine. Yeah. You know, I'm like, how can you be so confident in that? And like your lifestyle has kind of just been go with the flow.
Yeah, for sure.
And you're like, oh, I ended up in a dope spot. And I was like, yeah, that's always how you've been, bro.
Yeah. But well, in that way specifically, I mean, with hanging out with people, like I'm not interested in having a good time for me. Like it's so much more fun for me if everybody else in the group or like, even if it's just us hanging out, like if you're having a good time, I'm chilling.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. Like, you want to smoke a cigar? Cool. You want to have a drink? Cool. Like, let's go to dinner. I don't care. Whatever.
Yeah.
But like, I don't want to pick the dinner spot because like, I don't know if it's me not wanting to be the one to like drop the ball or pick the bad spot, but
what if it's a dope ass spot and you curated the spot for the whole group? Bro.
For sure. Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm not the one to like take that leap.
Mm.
And I mean,
that's fine.
Whether I'm setting up an apartment or like setting up a group outing, like that's just not, I would rather
just go with the flow.
I'm so much better when like something's set and people are like, this is what we're doing. I'm like, cool. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Great.
I mean, I feel like not everyone could be I feel like people are going to fight over the spot if everyone's just so like, we're going here, we're going here, we're going here.
Yeah.
And then you're going nowhere. You're staying exactly where you are.
Yeah.
Someone has to take initiative, right?
Yeah.
So
I think
some people have to go.
I think that's a big benefit to my relationship. Like currently, like my girlfriend is so like, she has more of an opinion than I do. And I just like free reign, whatever you want to do. Like I'm here for it. And I pick sometimes, sure. Like it's not that I don't have opinions but yeah, it definitely benefits I think us in that way, because if we were both wanting to pick all the time and she's a little more type A than I am. Sure. So she likes more variety or, you know, and I would rather her have a good time. You know?
Back to going with the flow. You didn't make it through CHP.
No. Yeah. So I applied to California Highway Patrol.
And what was your intention for that? Like, why California Highway Patrol? Because when you told me about it and you were training for it, I was just like, bro, that's a dangerous job.
Yeah.
And that's kind of scary. I don't want anytime I have a friend going in the military or the law force, like, cool, like I respect it. Yeah. Like that's awesome. Yeah. But I don't want my friends getting hurt.
Yeah. So I have a cousin that's CHP in Fresno, and he's just like, I always looked up to him a lot. He's such a cool guy. His family is the best. Like I think that was a good starting point for like that thought. But even then, like it goes, there's that like Colonel, like this person in my family, and like seeing the way he lives his life, like that was a big draw for me. And I was like, oh, cool. And then I started researching like, how much do they make? What does a normal like work week look like? And then you go and look and like, you can make a lot of money as a CHP officer with like overtime and everything.
How much was it?
I think, I want to say they started in like the mid to high 70s.
Oh, it's pretty solid.
Yeah. So it's really good. And obviously benefits are like top tier. I mean, it's a state job. Sure. So, I mean, that stuff for sure, I think was probably kind of what got me into it.
But putting your life on the line for 70
years. But I
years.
didn't really consider that at the time. Yeah. I mean, I was pretty young. Like I applied when I was 21. So obviously,
what was the process of applying for CHP for people
deep? Dude, so deep. It was the craziest thing I've ever experienced. My personal history statement for CHP was 149 pages of like, it's just 149 pages about your life. And like some people's are longer, some people's are...
You wrote 149 pages about who you are?
No, it's more like filling in boxes, but they want to know a lot of information.
What would they ask you?
Everything. Like, what's your driving record? And then, I remember the craziest thing was like, I had to give them 5 neighbors that live close to me that like knew me. And I was like, I don't think any of my neighbors know me.
I got 2 neighbors, one to the left and to the right. What are you talking about, bro?
So like I basically had to like pick 5 people on my block. And then like the background investigator comes and like knocks on doors.
What?
Yeah. And they're like, how do you know this person? What do you know about them?
Is he cool?
Yeah. But it's everything.
Is he not dangerous?
Driving record, drug history.
Because that's what got you out of it, right? The drug history?
Yeah.
It was like marijuana 4 years ago or something like that.
Yeah. It was like, I think it was 3 years before the time of the interview. They were like, it's a little too, it ended up being, I don't know if it was too recent or what the deal was.
I think it was too recent. And that's why I remember what you saying that. But like 3 years is a long time.
I know. Yeah. But I really went at that. Like I would have been great for them. Let me just say, not to toot my own horn here, but like I saw the other people that were like applied and I was like, I'm like top of this class here, you know? Yeah. Like I had never been arrested. My drug history was so clean. Like I smoked a little bit of weed in high school. Yeah. Like that was kind of it. Yeah. And like it seemed like such a no-brainer to like hire this young kid that really wants to do this. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, they didn't see it or whatever.
Well, so you have this 149 page thing about yourself. What else did you have to do to get into CHP? For the
there were like some classes that they held at like, I think it was one of their offices. I don't know if it was like a place where the officers go. I don't know if it was necessarily like an office like that, but it was an office space and it's full of like California Highway Patrol officers, but it seemed like more of an information thing. So we'd like go to these classes and they would talk you through like vehicle codes or whatever, like all the different codes for when you call something in. And it's more like picking up information and like learning a little bit to start you off. Like things you're going to have to know, like they kind of kickstart you with that stuff.
Yeah.
So it was that training by myself. Like I was running nonstop, doing push-ups, doing sit-ups, because like all of that stuff is really important for the academy, which I thought I was like a shoo-in for. I was like, dude, I'm like
top tier.
Yeah, I'm going.
You were running fast, dude.
Yeah, I was running a lot.
Yeah, the 2 mile splits that we did when you were training for it, I probably felt how you were feeling today.
Yeah, no, it was nuts. I was running a lot. I was running fast. I would run to the gym, work out, and then run home. And that was like 8 miles round trip. Yeah. That was it was a lot.
Dude, working out at a quality gym like GB3 makes me so frustrated with
I miss it so much.
How expensive gyms are out here.
Dude, I miss it so much. Oh like my God.
Shouts out George Brown Fitness. GB3 is in all Fresno Close area because it's a quality gym for like $45. It was back then it was like $20.
Yep.
And I come out here to an LA Fitness and it's like $40. And I'm just like, this is ass.
Yeah, or more for some of them.
More.
I mean, Equinox is God, what, $300 a month? Or
$230, $240?
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah. I Equinox though, I think it's valuable because the amenities. Like it's super clean.
Okay, so that's what I've heard. That combined with like the networking, because obviously a lot of other people that are like looking for the same, I don't know, it's like kind of it seems like kind of a social place. Like if you want to go and try to make connections, like at the gym, that's the place to do it.
It is.
And like a lot of people, I mean, if you go to the gym every day, you're there 2 hours, you know, like, I mean, that's a lot of your day. And if you go every day, like you're bound to meet somebody cool, I guess.
The compounding effect is pretty high.
Yeah.
And the barrier to entry is a high gym expense. So, but the thing that pisses me off about some Equinoxes is like the equipment's not that dope. And I'm just like, oh, this is basic shit.
Yeah, I went on a tour of one and I was like, I mean, this kind of like, this is GB3, kind of, you know? The locker room was really, really nice. I will say that.
Like, I'll pay for the locker room.
Yeah.
Like, I get all the business people who want to get ready there and then go, but I'm a personal trainer. I could do whatever.
Yeah. But I'm also not one to shower at the gym. Like, I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna go home.
Yeah.
Like, I want to get food after my workout. I'm not staying at the gym, like showering, you know, spend an extra 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Like getting ready.
Yeah. What's the gym routine now for the current goals in life?
I don't,
because every time I meet you, bro, you're really energized all the time. Is that from like your fitness routines as well?
Oh, that's caffeine, dog.
And the nicotine pouches.
That's caffeine, yeah, and nicotine pouches. Shout out. Yeah, no, that's not. I don't think that's really workout related. I don't pay too much mind to my food or workout. I want to stay pretty fit. I don't have any plans this year. I had plans last year, pre-relationship, for like a big triathlon season this year, but priorities change, you know? So I don't have anything crazy in mind. Summer's coming, obviously. Trying to get in a little bit better shape, but nothing crazy. I mean, normal, like push, pull, legs kind of thing. But I mean, no big goals.
You said there's no like weightlifting for triathlon training.
Pretty much. I mean, I guess you could say there's a little bit, like it's probably good to do, but you don't want to add a bunch of weight to your body when you're trying to move your body fast. You know, those don't
like
really go
mass
together. Right.
Yeah.
Because I mean, could you imagine Sam Sulek trying to swim like half a mile? Yeah, like it doesn't really go together.
I just saw that scenario in my head. I'm just like, oh, it's so funny when you put someone from like one like vision of their specific sport and put in the other.
Right.
Like,
yeah, like Sam on a race bike.
Yeah.
Like a cycling down the road would be like it's you're looking at a gorilla riding a bike basically. Like he's a massive human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like even me going to some yoga classes sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yo, this is ridiculous. I probably look like a clown compared to all these flexible mommies out here.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, or like I took like a gymnastics class like 2 years ago, and I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. I look stupid.
Yeah,
yeah. It's just there's so many aspects of fitness and like what to get into.
Yeah, but I mean, back to what, like, your question. I mean, you're going to ride a hill so much faster if you're 150 pounds and, you know, you ride a lot versus, I mean, somebody who's 220 pounds and jacked. Like, their legs are strong for sure, but your endurance is going to be so much better. You're lighter, you're pushing less weight, and you're still strengthening your legs riding, or, I mean, squatting, I guess, could be good, but then again, like, your legs are heavier when you're running.
Yeah. You've studied a lot of these Ironman people. Like, what are their splits usually?
I don't think I haven't studied a lot of them really, but I mean, they're so fast. Like, they're out of the water in like 50 minutes, and that's a 2.5 mile swim. Like, it's so insane. It's like superhuman shit. And like their bike splits, I think, are somewhere around 4 hours. Yeah. But they're riding 112 miles.
That's crazy.
I think. And then they're running a marathon. Yeah. And like their marathon, like they're running like 6-minute miles or faster. Like Lionel Sanders put up multiple sub 5-minute miles in this Oceanside 70.3.
What are these like mid to late 30-year-olds eating, bro? Because they're killing.
Oh, I have no idea. They're so clean.
They're older.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, these are times that kids can't run. Yeah. Kids can't swim. Yeah. And I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. Yeah. Because I don't know, we're late 20s now. Isn't that crazy to say? We're late 20s now,
it's
bro.
Insane. Yeah. Knowing that I met you when we were 16.
Oh, over a decade. Wait, more. A little bit over a decade.
Yeah. 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 It's like 12 years.
Crazy.
Which is nuts.
Yeah. Time flies by like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Why, you said you wouldn't go to our 10-year reunion for high school.
Oh, no. Yeah. I'm not interested.
Why's that?
I don't know. I don't care. Yeah. I don't know. I feel it's so something to go to and post, and that wouldn't do anything for me. Yeah. Like I talk to the people from high school that I want to talk to, and if I don't talk to you, I mean like Logan Risconi, like I knew him very well, like through middle school, high school, like we were super close, and you still talk to him now. Like I would love to hang out with Logan, but like we don't really talk. I mean, not that I don't want to see him, but I talk to the people that I want to talk to, and I brought him up because I don't want to say if I don't talk to you, like that's why, because that's not really a thing, I guess, really. But
yeah, I'm at a crossroads with it because
I don't know.
It's cool to see people in our early lives that like we hung out with. Yeah. Sometimes. Like, we keep up through social media and stuff like that. But
I think that's enough for me.
That's enough.
Like I've seen friends from high school get married and like have kids, and I still follow some of them, but I don't know, it doesn't interest me that much. Yeah. Like I used to look at that a lot more, and it got to be kind of a compare thing where like I was like,
how are they doing?
Want that. Yeah. But everybody, and then you realize that everybody's Instagram is a highlight reel, and I don't know, I veered away from that, and now I'm trying to be more focused on like myself and what I'm doing, and I don't know,
just staying present. You'll be happy more.
So with like the high school reunion thing, like I'm not trying to relive 2014, you know?
I'm trying to say no more to things like that too. Like
it's hard. It's really hard.
Saying no to things that don't bring value to my life.
Yeah, it's hard.
Know, like the movie night, which I don't want to go watch that movie, or the dinner, I don't like half the people there. Yeah. You know, and saying no I've been practicing it a lot these last 2 weeks. Yeah. And the amount of energy that I have been given to myself is extremely high. Yeah. And I didn't realize how much energy I was just giving away.
Yeah, for sure.
And you're like, oh, your sleep is better now. Your day is better now. Your work is better. Right. And it's like, oh, that's fucking sick.
Yeah, you feel better. You're more motivated to like cook the good meal because you have the energy. Yeah. You know?
Like I always used to think that when people said, oh, I don't have the energy to do that. It's like, you're fucking full of shit. Yeah. Like you could do it if you wanted to, which there is that case. You could build up the energy to go out or all these things. But like sometimes I just want to chill at home and stretch and smoke a joint, read a book.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's cool. I don't know. Everybody is so different. Like it's easy for us. I mean, I am on the same wave as you with like, you're full of shit. Like of course you have the energy to go out and like do that thing or see those people. But like, I mean, I don't know. Everybody.
Yeah. What's the most valuable thing that you get from now, like going out? Like, what would you put your attention into now to gain like the value? What would it take? Like the reasoning, I guess. Like, what would it take for you to do the thing? Like for you to go the high school reunion, like what value would you need to go?
Oh, I don't know. Well, going to high school reunion, I feel like there would have to be some potential connection. Like I don't know. I'd have to be looking for something. Like if I was in sales and a friend from high school was like really big in an area that I wanted to break into or something, like maybe something like that. Mm-hmm. But that's not, I don't know.
Even might not even big enough.
Yeah. I mean, maybe something like that, but my life has changed so much where like, when I first moved here, like I didn't go out at all. I was cooking all my food at home. Like I didn't really have any friends. And now like it's come so far. And now like I'm dating such an awesome girl and her friend group is crazy cool. And we're just on like a SoCal food tour all the time. So like,
yo, food down here is awesome.
I spend my time doing stuff like that. Like that is so much more exciting for me. I don't know if there's really a thing like specific to the reunion that would get me there.
Yeah. I've been thinking about time a lot more. I don't know if you played baseball with him. Do you know who Ryan Torres is from Clovis West?
It sounds kind of familiar.
So he died last week.
Oh, you told me about this earlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
And from cancer.
Yeah.
And he's like our age.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just like, oh, like time isn't guaranteed.
Yeah.
Like a healthy guy.
Yeah.
He was CHP.
Oh, okay.
You
Yeah.
know? And Fresno CHP posted him.
Yeah.
And everyone from that I follow on Instagram who's still friends with him posted him. And
yeah.
I'm just like, man, like I got to really pay attention to where I spend my time because you never know what could happen.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's definitely a motivator to, call my parents more, you know, especially being away from them and not being able to see them as much as I wish I could.
Yeah. Do you know who Jesse Itzler is?
Yes. Yeah. So he's big on time.
He's big on time.
Yeah.
So the calendar that's in my room is like his big ass calendar, and he plans out this thing called a Masogi.
Okay.
Which is like life-defining, year-defining goals, right? If that is your Ironman or my bodybuilding show, like you have this one journey that defines that year. And he tries to have mini Masogis, like one per week. Like my Masogi for this week is like, I wanted to see you and do this experience of like a run, a lift, and a podcast. You know, like I looked forward to that. That defined this week, you know, and to have as many of those for a long period of time is like your life resume.
Okay.
You know, so just stacking those. I just want as many Masogis as possible.
Yeah.
But the reason why I brought up Jesse Itzler is because he talks about time and he will deconstruct like seeing your parents. So for example, if you don't live with your parents, right? So how often do you go to Fresno?
Not as often as I should. I'm going to start going more.
Just give me like how many times right now?
Once a quarter, maybe.
Once a quarter, so 4 times a year.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So how old are your parents?
67 and 69.
67, 69. So let's say generously 20 years, right?
Yeah.
Until they pass.
Sure.
So 20 times 4, once a quarter, right? Yeah. You get to see your parents 80 more times in your lifetime. Yeah. And when you deconstruct it like that, you're like, fuck, I only get to see my parents in person 80 more times. Yeah. You're like, fuck. Yeah. Mom, what's up?
I literally had this realization recently, and I was actually talking to my girlfriend about it. We were like, we're going to go see them more. Yeah. Just because like that, like the time is so valuable. And I really do make a point in my life to like make the like hellos and goodbyes are really big for me. Like that's like such a thing that I focus on. Like I want like a big high. Like I'm so stoked to see people that I want to see. So like I love like big, like, hi, how are you doing? What's up? I miss you. Like it's so dope we get to spend this time. And I love goodbyes because like you said, you don't know how many times you're going to see these people, you know? So like really big goodbyes. I made a big point. I mean, in my relationship, like I made a big point to like, I want highs and buys to be like a really big like thing. That means a lot to me. So like when I like the greeting today, like when I came to see you, like it's a big like
well today like
handshake, hug. What's up, dude? I miss you so much.
Yeah, when you said that, I was like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Like I haven't heard that a lot. Like, I miss you. I was like, oh, that was nice.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, oh, that's very kind, but like, it was very intentional too. Like,
For
I felt it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, like, that's important. Those things on your day to day, like, I love you, bro. You know, or like a lot of people are, I don't know if it's afraid to say it, because a lot of people don't say it.
Yeah.
Like, why are you afraid though?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I feel like it could be like, you just don't think of that. Like, you're not always thinking about like, I don't know how many times I'm going to be able to see this person again.
Like, I'll see you again.
Like, a lot of people don't have that thought. They're just like, oh, I'll see you later. Yeah. Like,
you never know.
Yeah. Right. So like, but that's why that's so big for me, because like, I think about that often, especially with my parents, and had that realization recently. Should have had it a long time ago. But I mean, I talk to my parents often on the phone, but I would like to see them more in person, and definitely going to make that happen, because that is such a big thing to me. But even like carving out the time to like drive up from Orange County and hang out, and like the high and the buy, and the I don't know how long I'm going to have with these people, and like really putting a lot of effort into like being present and making it a cool, like good thing. Like, that means so much to me. I don't think people think about that enough.
Where did you get that realization from? Like, where did that epiphany come from? Just like one day?
Kinda. Yeah, I probably saw some clip or something of like one of Jordan Peterson, Itzler, Hormozy, like somebody, you know, like some influential person that has a lot of good words to say. But yeah, it was probably some clip, and I was talking to my girlfriend about it, and I was like, yeah, I mean, you're right. We should like, and make more of an effort and go like do these things and see these people that you really do love and like mean so much to your life. And
yeah, because
it's important.
We get lost in the sauce, bro.
Yeah, for sure. It's so easy to just wake up every day and get locked in like
with your work.
Yeah. Oh,
and your
I have
routine.
To go to work, and I have to go to the gym, and I have to come home and make dinner and go to sleep, and wake up and go to work and go to the gym and come home and make dinner and go to sleep. Like it's so easy to get stuck in that like.
Yeah. How do you get out of it? How do you get out of it? How do you break that routine?
Well, you have to be mindful about it. I feel like it all like a lot of things like that just come down to being mindful about it, and like knowing this is a thing that exists, and like you just have to be mindful. You have to want to go do it, and like realizing that these relationships with these people do mean so much to you, and like making an effort to go like make it better. I think that's really cool.
I think it's also just trite too, in the sense of like, life's short, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Like, might as well see all the coolest people and experience all the things that bring joy and value into your life.
Yeah. Which I have not, like, it's such a bummer to me knowing that, like, I wasn't that way until 28. Like,
but it's better than finding out when you're 60.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And there are people that are 60 that still probably haven't had that realization. But I mean, I don't know. I think it all just, you have to be mindful, because these things do exist. Like, this is, like, you are going to die. You are like, everybody that you know now eventually will die, you know?
Yeah.
And it's kind of dark to think about, you know, but
I think about it every day.
Yeah, I do too.
I think about it every day, and it's in front of mine, because when it ends, you won't care about the anxiety or stress about that situation.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And you just will wish you did it.
Right.
And you just fucking do it.
Yeah.
You know, because you only got one at bat.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I always think about like how far into your family lineage do you remember?
I don't remember a lot.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Like, you know, your grandparents, you know, your parents. Some people are fortunate enough to have great grandparents.
Yeah.
Like, and like cherish those, because beyond your great grandparents, like, I don't know anybody who has great grandparents. And like, I don't know that many people that connect their life to that. But I mean, so I think about it as like, just like go for it and live life and be present and really like cherish the relationships you have. Because I mean, in 3-4 generations, like,
you won't be remembered.
Nobody's going to remember who you were or what you did, or if you, I don't know, you didn't pay your whole credit card because you wanted to go to Japan.
Yeah.
And, you know, whatever, like, buy the plane ticket, go do the thing. Like, nobody's gonna remember that. Nobody.
Yeah.
Like, maybe you had one like,
and it doesn't really matter,
subpar interaction with a person. Like,
it's okay.
Yeah. It's just fine. And like, don't be a piece of shit, but like, you know,
so many people put so much pressure on like their next step. Like, oh, I don't know if I should do that or this and that.
Yeah.
And I think.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't know if I should do this. Yeah. I have that thought a lot for sure.
But it's so 180 from what we just talked about.
A little bit. Yeah. I have so that's like the external validation thing. Like I'm really trying to get away from it, but that really is a thought that I have. Like, I don't know if I should do this thing. Like, is that the right thing to do? You know, I overthink that a lot. And that's kept me for sure from having some cool experiences that I could have had or have been invited to have and have said no. Like there are so many things like that in my life. And I'm really trying to, a lot of this is like just through conversations with my girlfriend, who is so awesome. And we have all these conversations and it's helped me realize all of this stuff. And I mean, like, so with my parents' relationship, with my relationship to my parents, like I have really started to like move in a direction where like I want to see them as much as I can. I want to talk to them as much as I can, like pick their brain. They lived like, you know, a crazy life and like hearing all those stories. So like in that way, I do think about it a lot, but it's really hard to implement. And I think that goes for a lot of people, honestly, with like, it kind of all ties into like the Instagram thing. Like you want to be the popular kid. You want to do the cool thing. You want to, you know, so like that kind of runs through my head. Like, is this a cool thing to do? Do I want to do this thing? Do I
feel like it makes it's cool if you think it's cool.
Yeah. I'm trying to get myself to think that, but it's so difficult, man, because like, I don't know. I think a lot about, like, is it a cool thing? I have such a hard time shopping for clothes because of that.
Yeah, you're like,
is this a cool jacket? You know, and like nobody's around. It's just me looking in a mirror. I'm like, is this dope? I don't know.
I feel like it's dope if it's comfortable and you feel good in it.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get more that like, because I do want to like I try to live the things that like I think and really do think, like the whole conversation we had about like really cherishing the relationships and being present and like making life the best that it can and going and doing the thing. Like I really do want to live that because I believe it so heavily, but it's difficult.
Well, the action part is the hardest.
Right.
And I feel like if you let it marinate for a little bit too long, it just passes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I feel like if you don't ask the girl the moment that you think of it's going to happen, like it won't happen. Or the moment that, for example, reading or writing in my journal, I think about it for a second. And if I don't do it right away, it doesn't happen for a few weeks. Or the stretching or the workout. Like I'll be like, fuck, I might miss a run today. Like I thought about going for a run. And then I had a few seconds of, this bed feels really comfortable. Yeah. And then I ended up sleeping an extra couple hours. I'm like, fuck, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And you could have already been done with the run by the time you woke up. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But I mean, it's comfortable to stay in bed, you know, like you don't want to go out and run and it's cold out and, you know, you don't want your legs are going to be so tired and maybe you didn't sleep that well. Like all of those things play into it. I don't think it's hard to not kick yourself too hard for that. But I mean, that's just being a human, man. Yeah. Like some days you're just not going to feel it. And some days you're going to wake up before your alarm and be like, let's go crush it. I'm going to go run. Like, and you set a personal best, you know, like you just wake up feeling better some days than others. And
I feel like just chasing your intuitions has been a good indicator of just a good compass through life. Yeah. It's like, oh, that sounds cool. I'm going to do it. Yeah. You know, and some people think it's kind of crazy because even for me, like the random shit of like kettlebell juggling to like a trail run to juggling, like a regular juggling or random shit. Like even today, like the day that we had of running a mountain, jumping into a pool, getting a hard workout in, and then doing a 2 to 3 hour conversation is exhausting. Yeah. But it's fun as fuck.
It is fun. Yeah. It's super fun. Yeah. But it definitely helps. Like I was definitely nervous coming into this. Let's make that very known. I was nervous coming into this. Never done a podcast before, obviously.
No, you're killing it, bro. The flow is nice.
But it's a good conversation. Like, I mean, it's kind of, I'm sure people listening to this are going to be like, oh, this is all over the place. Like we're just kind of going in circles with like all these things.
No, that's not it.
But it definitely helps that like I mean, we're catching up. Like, I haven't seen you in so long. Like, we've missed a lot of like little pieces of each other, you know, along the way. Sure. And we catch up on the phone, but
it's also good practice for being a human, dude.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
The amount of times, when's the last time that you talk to anybody for like 2 hours intentionally straight on and just practice talking? Like that is like, even with your girlfriend, like that is difficult. You know, like, how was your day? Cool. Like, what did you do today? Cool. Yeah. You know, that's it.
Yeah.
You know?
Which she will definitely attribute to being a guy.
Yeah.
Like, that's a very guy thing to be like, how was your day? It was good.
Awesome.
I think. Yeah. It was good. I mean, I'm here.
Yeah. Like, the human experience is meant to be like touched on in real life with other human beings.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
It just brings more life into, I don't know, your existence, bro.
Yeah. But not a lot of people I feel like people don't do that. Like, people generally think, if you were to go and say like, hey, let's just talk one-on-one for 2 hours, you know, even if you meet at like a coffee shop, like any of my friends would be like, what?
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole bar thing too. You're having fun while getting intoxicated.
Yeah.
You're basically doing that.
Yeah. But even then, like, I don't think I would have a long conversation with anybody I didn't already know.
Really?
Yeah.
That's one thing that I do miss about drinking is like, I love going to bars and I'll go to a bar and meet a stranger and learn about this person's life, dude. Yeah. And they got all these crazy stories of, especially living in LA, like the rock stars are a writer or like, oh, you were an ex-Marine or you were an athlete or you were a model or all this stuff. I'm like, yo, I'll talk to you for hours because that's cool. You know, I'm experiencing someone else's life without like being that person.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
You know,
or even something basic like you worked a construction job. Like there's so many stories.
That's one thing I love about Theo Vaughn. Like he had a garbage man on.
Yeah.
And like,
that's so sick.
What's that like?
That's really cool. And I like that he does that.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything, bro. You can learn something from everybody.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Sick. I think we'll end it there, bro.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Cool, man.
Vincent Pishione, everybody. And we'll get you on again down the road.
Dude, good catching up. That was cool.
Peace. See you guys.